welcome back everyone to the Southern Woods and Waters. This week's Pictures Week is being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center. Hey, let me tell you something, out there off of Edens Creek Road, Mike and Deborah Flowers, and you better hurry, because July 4th, they're shutting her down, boys. They're going to get out the stainless stables and get ready to whittle on some deer. So if you want any greenery around the house, and guys, if you need to get out of the doghouse, this would be an awfully good time to go down there and get you some plants and make mama look good. Hey, this is my good friend. This is Bill Barton with B&B Custom Lures, and that is his son, Scotty. Scotty won first place up there at Lake Malone at that fishing, kids fishing event. And it's just awesome, awesome day. I really like, Scotty is a first or second degree black belt. I told him I had a camo belt. I was okay with that. But he's a first or second degree black belt, so I don't argue with him too much. But our next picture here, this is Andy Jeanette's mom. This is Mama Jeanette. And she is, as you can tell, she is holding up a very nice crappie. I'm not sure, look here, she's got two now, but I'm not sure if she got that on Priest or Old Hickory. Yeah, Marvine Jeanette is her name, and Marvine, she follows the show, she watches the show each and every week. Marvine, great job. If you ever want to cook those up, just give me a holler. I'll be right on over. Oh, and this is, you've seen this guy on the show a couple of times. This is Mickey Beck. Now, Mickey Beck doesn't know anything about this because his wife is the one that sent me the email. She said this is a local Two Rivers Ford and Carlisle Tire Pro fisherman, Mickey Beck, with a catch of a single-day limit on Old Hickory of 23.15 pounds by himself during a regional fish-off. He caught all of the fish on a Hoppy's 3/8 ounce brush hog or brush bug and a Hoppy's 3/4 ounce shell cracker jig. So, Mickey, all's well and good, and I won't make any fun of you if you'll hurry up and call me and tell me exactly those GPS coordinates so I can use them for Saturday. Hey, Pictures of the Week were brought to you by, and you can send them to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com. We'll get them on here real fast for you, and we appreciate it very much. Hey, we want to take you out to Percy Priest. And now I did stage, and I'm going to go on fess up now. It's better fess up than cover up, right?
That's right.
I'm fessing up. I made Pastor Jim grunt on this one.
He did. I heard him grunt.
I made him grunt.
It's true.
I made him grunt. It was either that or it's going to peach him, one of the two, but I was going to get a audio out of him, and you're going to see it. That's true. All right? Hey, let's take you fishing out here on Percy Priest with Billy and Cody Flatt, with the Nashville Fishing Charters, and my good friend and mentor, Pastor Jim Frease, and I went along with them.
That's such a nice sound. That is such a nice sound.
Pastor Jim's doing something right.
Got him now.
Having the time of my life.
All right, we're here today with Billy and Cody Flatt with Nashville
Fishing Charters,
right? Yep. Nashville Fishing Charters, and I got Pastor Jim Frease. What's happening, Pastor?
Hey, you McNaughton.
I'll tell you what, we're out here on Percy Priest today. This is the 25th or 26th of April?
25th.
25th of April, and Billy, tell us a little bit about the day.
Well, Hugh wanted to do a planer board and float trip, so we was fishing with live gizzards, about 6 to 8 inches, gizzard shad. They're indigenous to this lake, and we're fishing for stripers and hybrids. And we went out and done a film, and had a pretty good film. Caught quite a few fish, as I guess y'all will see later.
Oh yeah.
Water's about 66 degrees, and really the conditions was perfect. It was cloudy this morning. We had a little wind, and then the wind switched from the west kind of to the north, and the sun come out, and the fish started coming up. And when they started coming up, they started hitting.
Now, we found them on the bottom, right, Cody? We found them on the bottom when we first got out there. We found them really tight lining, similar to tight lining on the bottom.
Yeah, we was down lining around midday when we first started getting fishing. They were hugging the bottom a little bit, and when that wind switched, they come up in the water column a little bit higher, and that's when we was really targeting them with the planer boards and the floats. And he knows how to work a rod. He can steer them fish away from the boat, away from the prop, and let me get my net skills in there, and I can get it in the boat.
Now, Pastor Jim, this wasn't a 900-pound Mako shark that you caught, but for freshwater, you had a good time, didn't you?
It was awesome, and I cannot recommend these flat guys. These are flatliners right here. They're the nicest people you ever want to charter. They make it so much fun. They really, really know what they're doing, and they're just a blast. It was great.
We all had, I mean, I didn't fish, but I had a time listening to y'all's stories.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. You boys need some psychiatric help. But just a great day. We got 4 on film, 4 nice hybrid, 2 down lines, 1 bobber, and 1 planer board. So we just had a Duke's mixture. And Billy, do you see it getting better as we go through the summertime?
It will. It'll do nothing but get better. Somewhere at the end of April, these fish will stack up, and once they start stacking up, they'll get in areas, and they may be 1,000 fish in there, and that's when it's really fun. The water temperature will get really warm, and they stress like we do or cattle do or anything when the water gets warm, when they're uncomfortable, and so when they stress, they all get together.
Yeah.
And when they do, then that makes it easy for us. We like that. And it does that all summer long. June, July, August are some of the best months that we have. And a lot of people think it's not that way because of the water temperature.
Water temp so high.
That's what causes it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cody, hats off to you, brother. You taught an old fisherman a new trick, and I always like going out. Like Pastor says, I don't want to be a know-it-all. I want to be a learn-it-all.
Yeah.
And you taught me how to release a striper and knowing when to release that striper, and that was a great tip. We're going to show that in the film, and just tell us a little bit about that, please.
Well, right now the water temperature around 65, 66. They release pretty good, as you'll see today. But on in July, August, and September, that water temperature gets up in them 80s, and these fish build up lactic acid while you're fighting them, and they're so stressed out. When you just release them like you would a bass or crappie, they may swim off, but they won't make it.
Yeah.
And so we really take our time, and I hold one hand in the mouth and one hand on the tail, and I work them until that hard dorsal fin stands up. And usually takes about 30 seconds. Like today, it took 15, 20 seconds.
15 seconds, they're ready to go.
They'll let you know.
Let me go.
But sometimes in the summertime, when the water temperature gets hot, you may have to work them for 1 to 2 minutes if it's a big fish. Just taking that time and care really helps the Percy Priest fishery out.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did an awesome job netting and releasing. And Pastor Jim, finally, brother, you couldn't steer them any better. You did great.
You did.
We finally got a pastoral grunt out of you.
Well, they saw my face, not the boat. They saw my face, and they tried to get out as fast as they could. He did a great job, but I have a radio face, so you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. How can people get a hold of you, Billy?
NashvilleFishingCharters.com, or they can give me a call, 615-812-2091, and I answer the phone all the time. If I can't talk, I might let it go to voicemail, but 99% of the time I'll talk to you.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to also put you on the website and link our websites together through Southern Woods and Waters. And one up, Pastor Jim. Where do you pastor? Tell us how to get a hold of your fine church.
Joychurch.net. That's simple. Great church in Mount Juliet. The pastor's a little suspect, but the people are really nice.
But you're a
Makes
fisherman.
Up for it.
You're a fisherman, though.
I'm a fisherman.
Great. You're a fisherman.
Come on, man. We have a great time, and we'll put some fish in the baptistry for you. Some striper, hybrid, maybe a little bass. Come on,
That's right. That's right. Awesome place to come. It's my favorite church. I love Joy Church, and you've taught me so much, and you and I have kind of had a deal, and we might as well put it on the on television. That I asked you if you teach me how I could get to heaven, and I told you I'd help show you some guys that could teach you how to striper fish.
And you have held up your part of the bargain.
Flat boys, I'm going to get to heaven. I'm going to tell Jesus, because of the flat boys, I'm here.
Cut us some slack.
Cut y'all some slack. That's right. But guys, thank you so much. Billy, Cody Flat, known Cody since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. You guys are awesome. You've done a great, great job today. We had a blast out here with you. Pastor, I see you every Saturday or Sunday and Wednesday and Tuesday, and because it's going to take a lot to get me to heaven, I can tell you.
You see in this radio face that much, you are a glutton for punishment, my friend.
That's right. But thank you guys, and like I said, they can just watch the show. We'll see all of you on the show. But thank you so much, the Flats.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big shame.
Like that, dig it.
That's worth waiting for right there. Christmas.
This is Christmas.
This is Christmas.
Christmas in April. It's not what you know, it's who you know. What you know is who you know. All right, that's exactly right. It's not what you know is who you know. So, great job. Pastor, you did a great job on there.
Man, it was all because of the guy.
They did a good job.
They really did a great job.
I'm glad we did get that pastoral grunt on, on the
that
film.
Was good.
That was a good one.
I was concerned I was passing something.
You did. But it was great. I mean, it was great. We had a good time. And I want, Cody, I'd like for you to reiterate, this is the time to really do the fishing right now.
Yes, sir. We fished April 25th, and that time of the month, the water temperature is increasing. The striper activity is increasing. All fish are starting to feed more. The warm rains coming in. These stripers move up and down Percy Priest. They can move 1, 2, 3, up to 5 miles in one night. You really have to stay on these fish, and we know where to go tomorrow because we fished today, and that really helps us out. And we targeted these fish on the lower end of the lake. We was fishing points and humps, and it was a late morning bite. We fished maybe an hour or so and didn't have anything, and then somebody, my dad or me or somebody, dropped a line. We're fishing about 25 foot of water. We dropped the line all the way to the bottom, reeled it up twice, and then it went off.
That's right.
And we knew we were sitting on fish.
By the way, we didn't get that fish. Remember, it was a strike, and he took off, and remember, he got off.
Yeah, it was.
But it gave us a clue.
It gave us a clue. We had these fish up underneath our boat, and they were so tight to the bottom that we couldn't mark them, or we couldn't see them on the graph. And after that first hit, about 30 minutes after that, the sun came up. The wind changed directions, and these fish came up in the water column, and our baits are traveling about 10, 12 foot of water, and they started nailing our baits.
They did. They did an awesome job. Hey, I want to reiterate some things when we get to after our next break, but first off, I got to do our product of the week, so let's get to it. This week, guys, I want to talk to you about reels. We don't talk to people much about reels anymore, but I have always been an Abu Garcia guy. I mean, from the old 5000s and the 4500s to the 5500 and the 5600 Cs, and we called them winches back then because I was fishing Sam Rayburn in Toledo Bend, and you had to bring them over all that logs and timbers and everything else, and Abu Garcia always was there for us, and we won several events winching those big mamas over those logs, and we didn't lose very many. And the gear ratio in these, you could have had one of these cheap reels and you could have heard gears grind, but with these, you're not going to have it. So check it out, Bass Pro Shops. Go by Bass Pro Shops. Abu Garcia, this is their, now this one here is just the Revo XX. Now I like a 7:1 to 1 simply because I can slow down the speed just by slowing down. But when I do need the speed, it's there. So try it out. Revo SX Abu Garcia your local Bass Pro Shops right there in Opera Mills. Tell Greg Cole we said hello. Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to open up our phone lines here at 737-7767. But we're going to also talk to you about techniques that Cody was showing Pastor Jim how to catch those hybrids, and you can still do it today. Hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.